protests in Egypt reach the 1-week mark, the uprising shows no signs of stopping. In fact, it seems to be gaining steam. This despite army tanks on the ground and helicopters circling overhead.
This great Egyptian revolution, we are in a revolution, and we will destroy Mubarak.
President Hosni Mubarak appointed a vice president for the first time since taking power in 1981. He's also appointed a new interior minister. But protesters say they want Mr. Mubarak and his government out. Nobel Peace Prize winner Mohammed El-Baradei has become the face of the pro-democracy movement. He says change does not mean Islamic fundamentalism is coming to Egypt.
This is what the regime used to sold to the West and to the U.S. It's either us repression or Al-Qaeda type Islamists. This is not Egypt.
Mubarak has to go!
Meantime, in the U.S., demonstrations calling for the ouster of Mr. Mubarak are ongoing. Egyptian student Miriam Aziz asked President Obama just what the U.S. is supporting.
And if you could please get the camera on this sign that says 30 years of Mubarak plus $30 billion of U.S. aid equals 3 decades of tyranny.
And leading Egyptian dissident Saadettin Ibrahim says much the same.
We are asking the United States government to be true to its own tradition, to stand by its own principles, and to support the people.
The Obama administration has called for an orderly transition to a responsive government, but not directly for Mr. Mubarak to leave. Regime change is a risk for the United States, many analysts say. Egypt's Muslim Brotherhood, the country's largest opposition movement, has an Islamic agenda. White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs implied that Washington is concerned about the Brotherhood participating in a future government.
To participate in this ongoing democratic process, one has to take part in it, but not use it as a way of simply to put themselves in power.
Marina Ottaway at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace says the U.S. should not be afraid.
We are not going to see the scenario that the United States dreads so much, which is that of an Islamist takeover.
But some analysts say it may not matter what the U.S. does or does not say. Marwan Muasher is a former foreign minister of Jordan.
You're not, behind the curve for years, and then you make a couple of statements and hope that people will listen to what you are saying. I don't think, frankly, the Egyptians are listening to whatever the U.S. is saying today.
Michelle Dunn is editor of the Arab Reform Bulletin.
The United States is in a difficult position here, no matter which way this thing goes. I don't think any of us right now see the demonstrators giving up or this petering out.
The U.S. may end up with little choice in the outcome of what may be the largest popular uprising in Egypt's history. Laurel Bowman, VOA News, Washington.